What is wrong with you?
No, we always watch.
Why are you taking my picture?
You probably don't even have papers to be in this country, but you would violate me. Today we have a special guest. We're going to wander up and down the streets and see if people will respect our First Amendment right to record in public. Let's see what happens. Let's go. We're over here at the United States Post Office, Los Feliz Station. Let's see what happens.
Don't record me. Please don't record me.
Are you guys YouTubers?
No, I'm not.
What is wrong with
No,
you?
we always watch.
Can you not record me? Are you guys recording?
Of course we're recording.
Why are you recording?
Because
What
we
is
feel
this
like it.
for? I'm literally recording you guys.
Go ahead.
What's wrong?
I just was wondering what's going on.
Oh.
We watch a lot of YouTubers.
Oh, okay. Everything okay?
Did you get your report in?
Yes, I did.
You feel better now?
You guys are weird.
Now find out their channel.
How can I help you?
I don't need any help. Have a good day.
Thank you.
That's the attitude to have.
Yes, I know a lot. I don't want to be filmed, though. I just was asking. Excuse me, don't film me. Weirdo, dude.
Do you often go around bossing people around on the street? This lady in this car keeps wagging her finger at me.
What are you doing? Can you stop the picture?
No, I can't stop. I'm working on a project right now.
Huh?
I'm working on a project. I can't stop right now.
This is illegal.
It's not illegal. That's actually part of the project.
They don't want any pets inside. That's illegal. You can't bring,
No, it's not
you can't
legal.
bring pets inside.
No, you're doing wrong.
Only service animals. You can't do that. They get you doing it.
All right, I think it's time to go in and look for the poster 7. So let's go on inside, see where they put poster 7. And you know what? I can see it right here, right on the wall. As soon as I walk in, there is poster 7 displayed right in front of us as you walk in the door.
Why are you taking my picture?
Because you're so beautiful.
Sure.
That is the face. Very good. Very good.
Wow. Somebody just threw a water bottle at us. I didn't ask for a water bottle, but thank you. Ah, it's already been opened. You know what? I'll be nice and I'm actually gonna throw it in the trash. Yeah, it's on camera. That's why I run the 360.
And I saw him, and I said, that guy's something wrong about him.
I don't even know who it was.
I saw him inside. I saw him when he was walking, but some people will hide like that. They would pretend. And then he accelerated. Like,
Yeah, oh yeah.
like a
Yeah,
coward.
yeah, yeah. Well, they never really have good aim, you know.
What are you doing?
That was like a superhero action move.
Thanks.
You've got the people's thumb coming at you. Thank you for the camback. Thank you for joining the movement.
Hello? What are you doing?
Okay, go ahead.
I don't want to be filmed.
You can come.
Go ahead,
Why are you pointing the camera this way?
because I feel like it.
Okay.
Nice. Thanks for getting so close. How can you see where you're walking?
What are you doing, man? Hey, what's doing?
Oh, that's very vulgar of you.
You're shooting?
Yes, sir.
Why?
Oh, just today's
Just making film?
Yes,
They
sir.
give money.
Why are you shooting?
Too
You
much
should be
money.
shooting. You should do it yourself too.
Thanks for showing me your
Very
IQ.
friendly.
What's this for?
We're just exercising our First Amendment right to the freedom of press, recording in public.
Fair enough.
Have a good rest of your day, and thank you for asking.
What is this about? What are you taking pictures?
I'm looking for America's next top model.
Right, okay.
Right now,
I think you've won.
Smile. Yes, there we go. I found one. Thank you.
Thank
Yeah.
you very much. Have a good business.
Thank you. Have a good day. Keep up the cheerful attitude.
Yeah. There we go.
Wait, was that supposed to be a cheerful attitude?
Friendliness. There we go. I love it. Hello. You do. There we go. Friendly. Thank you, sir.
I didn't do it.
I think you did.
Yeah, they say he was wearing gray.
Yeah.
Green.
I think we found him.
Yes, good.
Am I on candid camera?
Not filming.
We get another doggy that's not supposed to go inside.
Why are we filming people?
Why are we bringing dogs inside the post office?
Oh, he's a service animal, actually. I'm
Sure.
like, yeah.
But yeah, I'm blind myself.
Okay.
Just decided to record in public today.
That's awesome, guys.
That's right, bite him, attack.
Why are you taking a picture?
It's just what I decided to do today.
Why
Now
are you
don't
doing
do that.
Well, why would you take that picture? I don't want that.
I'm not taking pictures.
Yes, you are.
I'm doing video.
Well, you shouldn't do it.
Yes, I should. You shouldn't boss people around.
I don't want to be filmed, bro.
That's nice.
I know, he just won't stop. He told you lies. It's irritating.
Yeah, because she told you lies.
It's very irritating.
She told you lies. Don't lie to the public like this. It's not cool. Don't lie to the public. You shouldn't lie to the public. You guys have poster 7 here. For a reason.
Get out of here, man. Get out of here.
You guys have poster 7 here for a reason.
I wonder what I missed.
He says get out of here.
Who said get out of here?
My boy over
Get
there.
out of here.
My boy over here.
This guy here?
Get out of here. This is his post office, so we need to get out of here.
The tall guy?
Yeah, they belong to you.
Uh-huh.
That's why
But the manager there said it's all legal. I'll check with it.
It is legal. There's a sign right over here, right on the wall that's called Poster 7. If you want to read it, it says that this is fully allowable.
I'm sorry?
You have poster 7 over there. You should know. Like the booking right here. Or unless you're a customer. Poster 7 right here. Have you ever seen it? Should I read it to you? She's lying to the people. He's getting any false information.
I'm sorry, you're not my type.
You, mother.
I'm sorry, you're not my type, buddy.
You don't have any manners. You should have manners. You're antisocial. You need to have manners with them. You need to have manners with them. See, you're saying bad words for no reason.
Yeah. Why are you taking my picture?
You're getting upset for no
Why are you
reason.
taking my picture?
You're getting upset for no reason. Don't block the
Why are you
traffic.
taking my videos?
You're getting upset for nothing.
I am. Why are you taking my
In my
picture?
opinion.
Huh?
Because we're allowed to. It's called the First Amendment.
See, you're saying bad words for no reason. Your mother didn't teach you right.
That is a great way to create your own privacy.
You not filming?
What is your problem, man?
I don't have a problem. What's your problem? All right. Thanks for joining the movement.
Nice day. Have a nice day. You ready?
Why are you pointing that camera at me?
Just because I feel like it. We're recording in public today, reminding everybody that everywhere you go, there's always a camera. And showing me your IQ doesn't really reflect well on you.
Okay, well then good. I have a public statement.
You have a statement?
Fucking violating my rights by doing that.
Actually,
and you're
that you
on,
have
you're on
no-
the post office.
you have
This
no
is the
expectation.
government.
This is public
This is
property.
my expectation. You're so
You
you're
have no
disrespectful of people.
expectation of privacy
I have
in public.
expectations. You're and you're disrespectful to people, so film me. And if I see this in a public place, I'll see your broke ass.
Actually, you won't.
Yes, I will.
Because we're actually in public. You have no expectation of privacy in public.
Why would you do that to people?
To remind you of your rights.
That you're
It's called the
violating-
First Amendment right to freedom of the press.
Like he's filming me respond to you, right?
Yes, he is.
You're having fun with people's
And
rights.
you're about to whip out your camera and do the exact same thing.
Right, I am.
See? So should I yell at you and sue you as well?
Well, you can if you want to. You might actually get something.
Like it the right.
Camback, thank you very much.
My license plate.
No, like it the right.
You like my car?
You're right, yeah.
Now, who are you guys anyway? Because it's kind of interesting. Is this like your job or something?
It's
'Cause
not
if
a bad
it is,
idea.
I want to do it.
You are doing it right now.
Yeah.
But you do have the right to do it.
You can do it with us.
But what's your point, though? I want to get your point.
Okay, everywhere
What is
you
your
go,
point? Everywhere you go, I'm being filmed.
You're
I know
being
when I walk
filmed,
out of
yes.
my house, all my neighbors, including me, have cameras.
Yeah.
I film my neighbors every day.
Yeah.
Right. So I know whose dog is in front of my house, so that when I can confront
you
them.
have it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I have the right to protect myself,
Absolutely.
right?
And you
But I
should.
also have the right to protect myself against people who violate my.
actually, we are not violating your
No,
privacy
you're
though,
not.
because
By
you have
filming
no
me,
expectation. Okay, listen. You
keep saying that because somebody
Beca-
gave you some legal jargon.
listen. We are
You know,
on. This is
will-
public property.
This is public property, and
You're
you shouldn't
in
be able-
public.
Yeah, I am in public, and I'm
And
on.
you have no expectation of
and
privacy in public.
Who owns this? The public doesn't own this.
Everybody.
This
The
is not
government.
a public space.
Yes, it is. It's yours.
That might be a public space. This is government right here.
Right.
You're misinformed.
Because everybody pays tax.
If you really feel like we're doing something illegal, go ahead
No,
and call
no,
the
I'm just
police.
interested.
No, let's just listen.
Why would I call the police?
Because you think we're doing something
the
illegal.
police. Why would I call them?
Yours, mine, everybody's.
It's our right, and that's why we're doing.
No,
We're,
but I want to know why you're doing it.
we're
It's an
exercising
it's an
our
exercise.
First Amendment right to the freedom of press,
Okay, I like that.
right to
I
record
like
in
that.
public,
I like that.
and to remind people
But-
that you have no expectation of privacy, as well as, like we already mentioned about the cameras. Everywhere
so
you go, you're
like
being
a wealthy
recorded.
retired guy.
Maybe.
Maybe one day.
Maybe so.
I'm just wondering how we can afford.
If you want to be in more of the videos debating, of course, we can probably turn
I
this
don't
into
wanna
some
debate.
money-making machine.
Oh well, you probably are. You're gonna probably have.
No,
I don't think I'm interesting enough to have
Let
on
me
Facebook.
address-
I think you
address
are,
your
actually.
question.
I think the people who go punch you are more interested or come at you. You guys will be interested in that, right?
We're
For
having a
shock
civilized
effect.
conversation.
Yes.
Oh, of course. I don't do anything.
Yeah, we
that's
do
not
peacefully.
civilized.
We're just standing here, you know, minding our own business, and it's up to the other people who get upset. We don't upset anybody. We're just standing here with cameras.
Okay.
You only notice this camera. Look at how many cameras are inside
Hey,
there.
but you know the
you
cool
only
piece
notice
about
this camera because
you know, the
there's somebody
interesting
standing
piece
behind
is,
it.
You're probably not filming. He's the guy who's filming, so he can capture the response. But I mean, it's an
No, but I
exercise,
mean,
right?
but
It's a
that-
whole exercise.
I'd
I
like
get
to
the
tell you
exercise,
something.
but what's your
I
why?
may.
Why are you making it? What's your
Okay,
point? You're going to
so-
sell this, or you're going to do a documentary?
In my
or something?
opinion,
What's your opinion?
In my opinion, the school system is failing the public. The
This
kids.
government has failed people for a long time.
So they're not telling them
And you're
about your
you're
rights.
looking at the person who has been the most violated of all people in this
Right.
country.
So-
I'm a black man in America.
No, okay.
So
So how have you been violated?
So you, I think you're a Latino.
I'm not.
Okay, well, I don't know what you are. You look like it. But at the end of the day, you as a person, you might be an immigrant to this country, right? You probably don't even have papers to be in this country, but you would violate me disrespectfully.
That's very.
That's a problem. So we can blame
That seems
the-
a little racist, don't you think?
Well, no, it's
you're
just a
talking
realistic
about
thing. It's a
persecution and
realistic
stuff.
thing. You're having fun with me, right?
No,
giving
I'm
you
not,
some
actually.
footage. I hope you can use this footage for free.
I think that's a little bit racist,
Sir,
actually.
I mean, I'm giving you some free footage. I'm a guy who makes $200 an hour. So I'm giving you some
What
free
kind of
footage.
job do you have?
I'm not going to tell you. It's none of
I'd
your
like to know
business.
because maybe I'd like to do that.
Well, you can come and work for me.
I can see that. Nice one.
No, that ain't nothing, man.
I know it isn't.
That is nothing.
Now,
But
should I continue or?
but I want to know.
my
I'm
opinion.
interested in what you're doing because I've done
Well,
documentaries before.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I get your point. I think
All right.
I got it the first time around.
Right.
Okay.
You
So
want people to respond and to react to what's happening to us
No,
every
not
day in the
necessarily.
world.
No.
Because if we drive down this street, all of these cameras can trace you as to where you're going.
Yes.
If I want to
Well,
file,
this is together.
if I want to track this interaction, there are 3 cameras right now filming you,
Yes.
filming me.
Yeah.
They should have them right here. They're right there.
Yep.
You over there. They're right there.
Right. Yeah. So there are cameras all over this place. We get that. So for the person who will react to you, you guys will catch them on camera, and they could probably go to jail.
Okay, may I say?
What are you
That's
gonna
not
say?
necessarily my purpose.
I just find it interesting that I
My-
drive up to go to the post office
Right.
that I've been going to for 20 plus years. I have never had anybody do what you're doing right now.
Okay.
Well, there's a first time for everything.
There is a first time for everything. Yeah, there is.
My opinion is,
What's your opinion?
the school district or the school system is not teaching children about their basic rights. That they should enjoy time and again in the 50 states of North America, right? You were talking about immigrants. So anybody...
Yeah, and by the way, I'm not an immigrant.
The immigrants to this country are some of the most racist people that I've encountered.
I believe it.
It's true.
I'm not going to dispute
You
it.
come off as a little racist yourself, calling me an immigrant.
I'm a black man in America who's discriminated by all kinds of people, including you, because you know
I'm
that
not
if I take
discriminating
your-
you.
you know that if I were one of those black men, I would have had your camera and you in the middle of the street. But I'm too high
We're
end.
too old for that.
I'm too old, and I'm too high end, and I got too much to lose to actually respond
Yeah,
or
we're
to
much
react to you
people.
in that way, right?
We don't
But what
respect
you're
that.
doing, what you're totally
Violence.
doing right now is totally disrespecting me. And you're smiling about it. So you're reinforcing what it is that you're trying to make the point of. That you have 1 camera, 2 cameras, 3 cameras, 4 cameras pointing at a citizen who's just minding his own business.
And
trying
you're
conduct
talking to other
business.
people who are minding our own business, doing
You're
our
not-
job
you're
as
not
well.
minding your own business.
We're working on a story
Okay.
about the First Amendment and how people don't respect our First Amendment right to the freedom of press.
You know what?
So-
there's a limit to everything. People are canceled every day in this country. How the hell are you going to cancel? How do you cancel people? And the other piece of it is, I don't even know as a black man, so capture this. As a black man, it's not possible for me to be a racist.
Absolutely
because
is. You
I
just
am
were.
the most disrespected person to include the individual who's making this film.
You can say that, but you
He
were
has
just disrespected me.
He's dismissed me, and he's also challenging me to be reactionary so that he can have some really good footage and possibly file a claim against a high-end black man because he's probably jealous of me.
Capture that. Anyway, I wasn't able to finish my point.
Okay, what's your point?
If you want. If you want.
I'll
I
hear
don't
your
want to
point.
hold you. I don't want to
No,
hold
you're
you.
not. I'm getting ready to drop this off because I have better things to do.
So my opinion is the school district has failed the children all around, no matter what the race, to the point that they even become cops once they're adults. And they still don't know about this because I have had cops
They don't know
tell
about
me about me photographing in public. They have asked me, what are you doing here? And they're supposed to hold the law, right? They're supposed to be law enforcement. And one time I got placed in the back of a police car.
Have you ever been thrown down in the middle of the street before?
Yes, I have.
Have you ever been thrown on the hood of a car, a hot car?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I
So
have.
have you ever had anybody,
Thank
have
you
you
for
ever had
asking.
them pump up
Thank
case
you.
against you
Thank
that
you.
didn't exist?
I did have my hands on the
Yeah.
hood
Okay.
for like 10 minutes.
Oh,
And
have you
the
had
thing
them
was
follow you around town just
burning.
because you're black and bald-headed and wear shea butter?
No, not yet. But
He's loving it.
I wouldn't be surprised if they do sometimes. 'Cause-
Oh,
because
you wouldn't be
the-
surprised. So you're not aware of that?
No, like for example.
No, but
if you
I
go-
did ask a question. Are you aware that that happens to black people?
Yes, I am. And I hate
Okay,
it.
all right.
I do hate it. But I'm not, to be honest.
Okay.
Because I have black friends. I play drums, so I play with black musicians, fantastic, talented musicians, and I see how people treat them. That's not cool.
Absolutely.
That's not cool with me.
And so my response and reaction to you isn't because you're a creative. I'm a super creative. I create every day of my life, right?
Conversation.
You know, and my kids that I mentor are super creatives in the community, right? So I got all kinds of cameras. I have 5 cameras myself. I created a documentary, so I'm here for the cause.
love
But
that.
what I think you're doing right now that's being disrespectful is that although you're making a very important point, and I'm in total agreement with the point that you're making, you're actually doing what it is that you're supposedly trying to make the point against. People and their First Amendment rights being violated. Do you think Trump actually cares about you and your First
I
Amendment?
think he wants to.
Do you think that administration cares? Okay, well there it is. So at the end of the day, did you vote for Trump? Because a lot of people who look like both of you voted for Trump.
There you go, being racist again. Now, how come the most racist people are always crying about racism?
Wow, isn't that interesting? So that's a provocative question to get me to respond to. You're a really smart guy, but you do know that that's condescending.
But
And
that
you're
was
actually
racist,
being
what you
very
just said there.
disrespectful.
You've said so
It's
far.
the
So far, you have
absolute
said 2 racist comments
I've
to this.
probably to you said a lot of provocative things that are helping you to get good footage because you're a strategist and you're a really good one. And I'm entertaining you because I'm entertained by strategists and you're having fun with this guy. I can tell through your smile. I've been doing behavioral stuff for a long time. You're excited about me talking to you because most people ain't talking to you like I'm talking to you. So I hope you use my footage. I hope it works for your case. I hope you get to share with young people that black people are grossly discriminated against, and the fact that our First Amendment rights are being violated isn't necessarily at the top tier of the issues that we face as a people in this country. To include the fact that when I drive up as a black man, the first thing you do is you see the black man and you point a camera at him. You're a racist.
Oh, well, that's actually not true. We point the camera at every car.
You know why you also did it? Because you assumed that because I'm a black man that I would be reactionary.
Absolutely
and that I would
not.
come up
Look,
to you and I would try to do something violent.
Can you stand right here next to me? Good. Stand right here next to me. Look at your car. Look at your car.
What about it?
Can you see through that windshield? Look at that windshield.
You saw me, man. Come on.
Can you see through that windshield?
You were happy.
Look at it.
You were happy.
Well, I saw your finger going like this.
You were happy.
I actually couldn't see who you were. All I saw was some finger going like that.
You may not even be A/B filming in there. So you're going to turn this into a documentary or something?
Well, I do like what you said.
You know,
So
you do know that if you take this documentary and you show it, because I've made documentaries before.
That was monumental.
If you do it without my consent.
You're in public. We don't need consent.
No, period. Yes,
and it's not a documentary.
Yes. Okay.
We're working on a story out here in front of the post office right now.
Okay.
About how people don't respect our First Amendment rights.
Yeah.
And we're getting
that most people don't know about the First Amendment rights.
Okay, so you chose one of the First Amendment. What about the rest of it? That all men are created equal.
I don't carry guns, so I'm not going to talk about the.
That's not the story we're working on.
That's not an issue. That's not an important issue to you guys.
It's the First Amendment. I think.
Do you have a gun?
Nope.
You believe that you should have a right to carry one, right?
Sure.
Okay, to protect yourself.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I hope you have one.
No, I don't have one.
Yeah, you don't.
I do not.
You don't carry?
I would never have a gun.
Okay.
No,
Well,
I would
okay.
never carry a gun. I would never have a gun in my home.
Oh, same here.
I would never shoot anybody.
I think people,
Yeah,
can use one.
I would never do that. No, I'm not that guy.
Yeah, I still regret that Marvin Gaye didn't defend himself.
Against his father?
Yeah. So that's personal. Me and Marvin Gaye.
Yeah, no. Hey, what you say? I saw him at the Greek.
He
by
could
the
have
way.
made more fantastic music, and then his
I
father
saw him at the Greek.
killed the show like that.
Well, mental health and mental illness is a serious
Yeah,
thing.
but you have
Now,
to-
some people would look
but
at you
that's
guys and say, here are two, you guys are beyond middle age because you got enough gray hair. So that means
Yeah,
you guys are probably in your 50s or something.
Oh, yeah.
That two 50-year-old men
55.
would be standing in front of the post office, catching footage and violating people.
Actually, we're not violating any rights.
You are. You're being so
We're not.
racist because you haven't turned that camera off of me yet.
We're not violating
You would have
rights.
said that this guy has given me enough footage. Let me just take this camera off of him to be respectful.
Well, we record all the
of this
time,
66
everybody, for our own protection.
This 66.8-year-old man who's just coming to the post office, who just filed for his Social Security, who makes $250,000 a year, who has overpaid in taxes, that I would turn off.
I can believe that.
That I would turn off the cameras on this guy who has worked all his life. Instead, you want to capture footage, right, to continue to violate me.
We're not violating you.
Then turn the camera off and show me some respect.
You know what? We record for
Turn it
our
off to
own protection.
Show me some respect by turning off that camera for a moment.
No, thank you.
So you can't do that. That's what I call racism.
No, I won't do that.
That is what racism looks like.
That's not racism at all.
Manifest. Because you can't respect me as an equal. You can't respect me as an equal.
Well, how can I respect you as an equal when you're going around calling people on the sidewalk immigrants when you don't know where they're from?
Well, I didn't say.
You said I'm probably an immigrant, undocumented.
You probably are.
I'm not.
You know how many undocumented people, immigrants in this country who don't like black people?
I have no idea.
That is one of the most offensive things.
As a non-black person, no, I do not know that information.
Well, I'm telling you what it is. You should know that. How come you don't know that? You're old enough to know that. You've been in this country long enough to know that.
Okay, well, why do you think they hate so many black people?
Well, you know, I think it's really sad when people are suffering and struggling in the world, and they feel that somehow if you get something, they don't get it. I don't know. I was born here, so I have the right to be here. I am glad that people are here, period, however they got here. But let's be very clear, when you come here as an undocumented person and you discriminate against me, that is one of the most offensive things in the world. Because what have I done in my lifetime? I have been able to make space for people. That's what I've done.
Can you give me an
So
example?
no, I'm not a racist.
Can you give me one example of how somebody? What'd you just say? What they do to you?
How they've discriminated against
How
me.
did anyone discriminate you against you that you know of?
It's happening right now. You're pointing this camera on me, violating my rights.
I'm not undocumented.
I don't know where you are, but I mean,
I'm from this country. I was born here.
so are you? Are you like a super wealthy guy?
Now, with his accent, I can see you talking to him and maybe making that assumption. But I'm from New York, man.
Why would you, as a 50-some-year-old man, be standing on the corner filming people in the middle of the day when you should be working somewhere? Are you retired?
Not yet.
How are you making your living?
I
Social
work.
services?
I work when I'm not doing this.
Okay, well that's good. I like that. I like the fact that you're working because there are a lot of people living off.
I
the
took
system.
off work today just to do this for a few hours, and
Did
I'm going back
you?
to work.
Okay, I like that. And thanks for sharing that with me because I
All right,
appreciate
my
that.
man.
Because you know how many people aren't doing that?
Oh yeah.
Where I pay a whole hell of a lot of taxes, there are a whole lot of people who are in this country, and I don't want to say illegally, undocumented. I didn't say illegal, I said undocumented. So if you want to be offended by my use of immigrants, there are people who have migrated to this city illegally, meaning they have not crossed.
Well, no, you know, the only
appropriate
reason
way.
I'm bringing that up is
Why
because you
you
brought it up.
called it
You called me.
racist.
I think it is racist.
How is that racist that people are
as somebody who is prejudiced against, right?
Wait,
yourself.
No. If I had used the term alien, who calls a person an alien? Nobody.
But as somebody,
racist.
as somebody who feels
And you said you don't even know. You don't even know that black people are being discriminated against, grossly violated,
by undocumented people, is what you said.
including them. Yes,
But that's what you said. So
That is
that's what I'm
true.
saying. Like,
That
how
is
has
my
that ever
truth.
happened to you? You know, but
and that's now. And if you want to limit that to Latino people, it's not. It's not limited to Latino people. Let's be very clear. It's not just limited to Latino people. I'm talking about just in general. So you want to talk about First Amendment rights? You're talking about a people whose all of our rights are violated every day that we live in this country, and it's also done by people who are not from this country. So does that make a little bit better sense for you to kind of understand what I'm talking about?
I get what you're talking about.
You still perceive that as being racist.
I still perceive it as being racist.
Right. It's
absolutely.
probably because of your heritage that you feel that it's racist.
Not at all.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Okay, my man.
I feel like the most racist people are usually the ones who are crying about
A
racism.
lot of free footage. You should pay me.
I invite you to tacos.
Huh?
Let's go have some tacos sometime.
Man, I feed 150 people. I have a Taco Tuesdays next Tuesday. You're invited. I'll feed you.
I'm coming over. I appreciate
Let me roll my
invitation.
window up. I appreciate it.
Look at him holding the door for everybody. That's nice of him.
Yeah, I like mild beef.
Well, you know, I've been coming here for like 25, 27 years. So, yeah, people hold the door open for me. I hold the door open.
Yeah, like
Yeah, it's nice.
I don't walk around. I don't point cameras at people. I don't get into their personal space.
No,
I don't
okay.
try to
Sorry
justify
about
my
that.
behavior. I don't see people as jokes or as toys or as objects to be manipulated and violated. I think you do.
I hope you have a good rest of your day.
My day is extraordinary. I'm not working, now that I'm in pre-retirement, I'm not working on Thursdays or Fridays because I don't have to. So I just left my home. I'm getting ready to go have my car washed. I'm going to get a massage and I'm going back home.
Sounds like a great life right now.
Hey, well, you know, when you struggle for what you have and you fight for everything that you get in this country, and everybody makes it hard on you, I'm giving you some more footage. And you fight for everything that you have, and you have to work doubly, triply as hard, you're hardly a racist at all. You're just a person who's willing to do what they need to do to be able to get to the next level of your life. And when people disrespect you, you take great offense to it. And that includes what you're doing right now. Because, you know why I can walk away from this? Because I'm accustomed to people treating me that way. But it hasn't stopped me from being successful in life. It just means I have to work harder. And so for every young black person who's born in this country, I have to teach them how to navigate and to maneuver, because one of my younger kids would have socked you in the face and knocked your camera on the ground, and they would be filmed and they'd be going to jail because you provoked them.
Okay.
So I have to
again,
teach them how
we're
to
not provoking
navigate.
anybody. We're just
no,
standing
I'm just
here.
letting you know You said you don't know, so I'm teaching you. You're not open and receptive to it because I'm just somebody to be dismissed or to be a toy for your fun project or whatever it is today. Because that's all you see me as, is a toy and an object to be used and manipulated.
I wouldn't say that.
Consider that. Look at your footage later and consider thinking critically about what I just shared with you, how what you're doing. Because if you were a younger person and you were on Crenshaw Boulevard, you'd be knocked out in the middle of the street, and you know what? They'd be looking for that kid and they'd take him to jail. That's what would be happening. And you would be the reason why it occurred. Because he couldn't understand that you are a provocateur. You're a person who provokes people. Because what you're capturing is probably, once you take this and splice it all together, it'll probably be really interesting, right? Once you put it all together. But you're having fun doing it. You're getting pleasure out of this, right? It makes you feel something.
What I try to understand is why people think the way they do. So for example, you're thinking that somebody standing here minding their own business, which maybe my business is just moving a camera around, seeing what people are doing. Mm-hmm. I'm provocating. I'm being provocative here? Mm-hmm. I'm not.
Mm-hmm. So which camera is filming? That camera or this camera?
Both.
Oh, okay.
This is a 360 camera, so it gets people from behind.
Stuff, yes. Why didn't you get one of those things that flies over so you could get sort of like the air?
A drone?
Yeah, the drone thing. Yeah, I have a friend who has those. Yeah.
You don't always get you don't always get to use those because of the.
Yeah, I want to. Well, I'm gonna tell you, you in a safe place over here. Because some of these people don't even know what y'all doing, right? So they're oblivious to it because they're not from this country. They don't even get what you're doing, right? And many of them that are just gone in there, 3 people that just went in there, their first language is not English. So that's not racist. That's what I know about this area because I've lived in this area for 20-something years. That old lady, talk to her and find out what her first language is. So that's not racist. That's observation. I am a mental health clinician. I know people. So I get people like you. I like the way you smile. When I said some things that were provocative, you're like, ooh, we're getting some good shit here. This is good. This is going to really elevate our stuff. So you're getting off on this, okay. But you're not hurting me. But I will tell you this, for your own personal safety, I'm glad you're doing it in an area where you're probably not likely to be retaliated against, right? There may be some people who might get upset at you. I'm not even upset at you. I just kind of don't get it. But at the end of the day, if you went over on Crenshaw Boulevard right now, your camera would have been gone a long time ago, and so would you. So you need to know that. So I get that you're doing this, and you're doing it to innocent people who you think are weak, because you wouldn't do it to the people, those other people, who wouldn't take this very lightly like me. I have too much to lose to do what some of those people will do to you. And this includes black and others, Latinos as well. You got some cholos who would have sliced your ass up right now by filming them and disrespecting them. You wouldn't have to say one word to them. You would just point that camera at them, and your camera would be in the middle of the street, so would you. First Amendment rights, huh? All right, let me know when it's coming out, buddy.
Have a good rest of your day.
How you doing, buddy? Hey, this guy's filming you over here. He wants to get your picture. Pictures? No, he's taking your picture. Oh, yeah, he'll mail it to you.
Well, that's going to wrap things up, coming to you from the Los Feliz Post Office. We had some pretty crazy encounters here. So if you like this video, give me a thumbs up and make sure you're subscribed so you can see more of my videos in the future. And remember, if you don't exercise your rights, you just might lose them. See you in the next video. Bye.